Good morning this Monday, the 27th of May. I'm Grady Wolf, market analyst with Bell Direct. Wall Street closed higher on Friday to overcome the inflation-driven sell-off on Thursday as investors welcomed Nvidia's latest results as a positive sign of earnings growth inflation, especially in the AI sector. The Nasdaq ended Friday's session up 1.1% at a record high of 16,920.79 points. The Dow Jones ended the day up 0.01% and the S&P 500 rose 0.7%. For the week, though, it was a mixed result across the key indices, with the Dow Jones falling 2.33%, while the S&P 500 rose just 0.03%, and that tech-heavy Nasdaq advanced 1.41%. Nvidia's shares climbed 2.6% on Friday to top $1,000 for the first time ever, as investors celebrated its stellar Q1 results, including earnings per share of $6.12 per share on revenues of $26 billion, which beat analysts' expectations. And the company issued guidance for Q2 of $28 billion, which also came in ahead of expectations. The results boosted investor sentiment and offset any market concerns of delayed interest rates cuts out of the Fed on Friday, following the release of hotter-than-expected services and manufacturing data for May, which was released in the US on Thursday. Over in Europe, markets closed lower as sentiment in the region around rate cuts remains a concern. The Stoxx 600 fell 0.17% on Friday. Germany's DAX closed flat. The French CAC fell 0.09%, and in the UK, the FTSE 100 ended the day down 0.26%. The Bank of England's rate cut outlook was thrown into doubt last week after hotter-than-expected inflation data was released in the region. Across the Asia markets on Friday, stocks fell as investors digested the latest inflation reading out of Japan and assessed rate cut outlook concerns both locally and in the US. Hong Kong's Hang Seng fell 1.71% on Friday, China's CSI 300 lost 1.11%, and Japan's Nikkei ended the day down 1.17%. Japan's core inflation eased to 2.2% from 2.6% in March, while headline inflation rates slowed to 2.5%, down from 2.7%. Locally on Friday, the ASX 200 fell 1.1% as Wall Street's tumble on Thursday reignited local investor concerns of prolonged rate cut outlook, which sent rate-sensitive sectors sliding on Friday, including technology, retail and banking stocks. Australian government bonds rose on Friday as investors turned to safe haven investments on uncertain rate cut outlook. Investors took profit from the big banks on Friday, with CBA shares falling 2%, NAB sliding 1.5%, ANZ losing 0.95%, and Westpac ending the day down 1.15%. Regional Express is expanding its competitive share of the Australian domestic market as the airline announced on Friday that it is launching flights from Perth to Melbourne starting next month. Investors sold out of the airline's shares on Friday over concerns its domestic expansion will hurt its regional network dominance. Ahead of the first trading session of the new trading week, the SPI futures are anticipating the ASX to open Monday's session up 0.61%, following Wall Street's rally on Friday. On the commodities front this morning, oil is down 0.06% at $77.75 a barrel. Gold is up 0.03% at $2,334 an ounce. Iron ore is up 0.11% at $117.66 a ton, and uranium is down 0.11% at $91.65 a pound. One Aussie dollar is buying 66 US cents, 104.09 Japanese yen, 52.04 British pence, and 1 New Zealand dollar and 8 cents. And now let's dive into some trading ideas for your consideration this Monday. Bell Potter has downgraded the rating on Paladin Energy from a buy to a hold and have decreased the 12-month price target on the uranium miner from $16.50 to $15.70 per share after Bell Potter's resources analysts visited the company's Langer Heinrich mine in Namibia. The team was surprised by the quality of the site and regional infrastructure competency, however, are cautious about operation costs, which seem to be the biggest downside risk at this point. Bell Potter also noted that the upcoming November election in the region carries key risks around the potential for an introduction of a government free carry interest and/or an increase in mining taxes in the region. And Trading Central has identified a bearish signal on TPG Telecom following the formation of a pattern pattern over a period of 20 days, which is roughly the same amount of time the share price may fall, from the close of $4.60 to the range of $4.05 to $4.15, according to standard principles of technical analysis. And that's all for this Monday. Have a great day and happy investing.